Right, so we are back on the YouTube. So this is episode 1 of the prep series going forward. So obviously we're now already in prep. Tomorrow I will be 16 weeks out, which is very, very exciting. So far in prep, I've had no issues, no concerns. The physique's getting tighter, body weight's being stubborn, but when it comes to a bodybuilding prep, it is not about your body weight, it's about how the visuals are improving going forward. So very excited. So we're going to get an upper session in today at Friendly Gym Unity. Nice and quiet over here. They've got some good pieces that I can crack on, get my session done, and so let's get it done. So I'll give you guys a bit of a rundown on the food at the moment and set up. So we're currently running 2,600 calories on training day, 2,200 on a rest day. Obviously, protein's the same on both days. Carbs are higher on a training day, and then fats are higher on a rest day for ourselves. But yeah, very good setup. 5 meals per day, all different. Fats, proteins, you name it, it's all going in. So very happy with that. Training split has stayed the same. So we're still going to be running push, legs, pull, rest, upper, lower. Now we have changed some movements, only because from the off season, we have seen the physique progress. So we're just going to use slight little tweaks to help everything come in a lot more better. Obviously we've still got a massive focus on making sure the glutes still come in quite well. Now glutes have definitely improved for this prep compared to last time. So really excited to strip all the fat off and see what muscles actually underneath there as well. So we'll crack on today. We've got first movement's going to be a single arm lat pull down on the plate loaded. Very nice piece. Hammer strength, do a similar version to this. Very good piece. Good contraction all the way on the negative, so can't be happy with that. That was nice. Second, we'll go again.
Yeah. They love you when you blowing. They don't ask how you holding. They see the crown. Wait. Like city crying, neon tears. I've been fighting quiet fears. Also like nobody here. It's not to do to waste of years. Hotel rooms and broken calls, like in paint on bathroom walls. Every time the curtain falls, I feel smaller than the mall. Look, confess and disappear. Whisper soft but never clear. All this fame but you not here. Tell me what we doing here. If I lose it all tonight, would you hold me tight? Stop me flight. Would I still be right? Hey.
Do you feel like your strengths remained, or is it like dipped off as you've gone into your prep?
Strength was relatively stay the same, to be honest. Like I don't feel a massive drop off. I wouldn't say fatigue's changed either. I think we already made changes before we started dieting to the training split to accommodate for the loss. So right now I'm feeling pretty good, but I'm just not letting my kind of mental state turn into the fact that, I've got low food, so I can't really push as hard, when actually you need to be pushing hard the whole way through, no matter what. So, but no, everything's very, very good, very, very happy so far. All right, let me grab my thing.
Yeah, so I think there's that misconception, isn't there, that when you start going into a diet phase, that you lower the weights and you do higher reps and all that shit.
Yeah, that's true. But I feel like people drop their food too fast.
Yeah.
Like I think we've only dropped my food like by 100 or 200 calories really, like not really a lot. Whereas you'll see a strength drop if you're dropping say 5 to 1,000 calories in one go to say, I'm cutting for summer. Start literally just slash your calories and all of a sudden you're burnt out, you're done. You know, you can't really do much more, than you end up having bad food, making bad decisions, and when it comes to summer, you look more soft than you do lean, so.
The idea is to try and keep your training the same as you go into your prep. As much as you can. Yeah,
100%. Like I think you should just have the same attitude all year round towards training, you know, train to failure, put everything you can into it, and you will reap the rewards coming off the back of it. Like, you know, when you're in a growing phase, you're going to be pushing yourself to absolute limit to grow more tissue. Whereas if you push yourself to the limits in the diet phase, you know you're going to be retaining the tissue. So you just flip the switch in your head to go different modes. Because as soon as you stop training, especially in the diet phase, that's when things start to fade. That's when you start to look as good, and then that's when you really start to pull from other areas where you shouldn't be. So, right, let's go for this set. Nice. I feel like, you know when you look back there, I just see the speaker, it's like Final Destination. Hard to land on me. That makes it so much harder. So this feels for 98 and then we'll go for it.
Tell your viewers why you're using the fat grips, the reason behind it.
I feel like I get a better connection with it. Greater range, and it kind of pushes yourself back a bit more for the chest. But I feel like it just, don't know, and I don't really focus on my grip too much then, you know, because my hands are mainly kind of around it like this, you know, so it's already gripped in place. So all I do is just press, but there's no focus on me actually staying tight on the grip. They are really good. I use them on a chest press, for example, pin loaded. I'll use them on potentially some bicep curl work. I'll use them as well as like things to hold on to if I'm doing like a lateral. You'll probably see me doing it in a bit. So I'll do a lateral, I won't hold on, but then I'll hold on to fat grips, you know, because obviously there is that research around having something in place in your hand can create a greater connection. But then if you're focused too much on the movement itself, tight in, you know, that's where it goes wrong. So, but yeah, fat grips, definitely very, very good. But get the proper ones. These are Eddie Hall's crappy second best ones for fat grips, basically.
Can't have view, but the soul stay rested. Silk tucks fitting with the mind defensive. From the paper on the plane, aggressive. Nuts, fashion shows, and expensive breakfast. Flash photography, feeling like lightning strikes. Words so loud, but I hate the hype. Luxury living, but sleepless nights. Everyone feel like borrowed life. Mama told me, guard your flame. Flame don't love you the same. Gold chains heavy on the brain. Every blessing come with a change. Still that kid from the corner block. Heart still beat to the ticking clock. When the applause fade and the lights all drop. Who am I when the camera stop? Drop. When your applause dies down and the crowd don't make a sound, when the lights don't come around, who gon' hold us now? When the applause dies slow, when the spotlight let us go, when the silence start to grow. If I lose it all tonight, would you hold me tight? If the music stopped mid-flight, would I still be right? Hey, hey, let us know. Rain sky hanging over my head. All this money, but I feel dead. Every promise, something I said. Lay awake in the king size bed. Steady buzzing in my veins. Try to wash it out in champagne. All this pleasure, master pain, but it always come again. Don't trust mirrors. Don't trust fame.
So my approach that I've had from the start of this prep is that I've cut every single extra out. So I've cut out my sauces, even if they're low calorie. I've cut out my Pepsi Maxes. I've cut out like most sweeteners where I can as well, because one, it can affect things, your digestion, how you're feeling. You could get used to it as well, and then you rely on it too much. But another thing as well is that I want to use those tools when I feel like it's necessary. When I'm struggling, say 8 weeks out, and I'm feeling like, oh, I need something. It's better to have it then, rather than having something 18 weeks out and then I get absolutely fed up of it. So even though, say for example, a Pepsi Max Cherry has got only 5 calories in, I would rather wait, savour that, and just have plain chicken and rice right now for myself. It's quite funny actually the other day. I'll talk on this. My missus got mad at me because I wouldn't watch food challenges with her on YouTube. But I've overcome that now, so it's alright. Just start watching them, but just can't fill my head with just food all the time. Food all the time. If you see it all the time, you get more hungry, then you want foods that you don't actually want, because one thing that I noticed straight after my last prep was, as soon as I took a bite of something I may have wanted, it didn't taste how I thought it would. The only thing that probably tasted good was my yogurt and fruit, that I never had yogurt, well not never, but I hadn't had yogurt in like 20 weeks, which is quite refreshing. And then I had a hot mocha coffee from Costa that I haven't had in like, what, I'm talking like 10 years, since I was like 15. So like, all the other food that I tried, obviously had a Five Guys burger, it didn't hit the spot. And as soon as I got normal food, it's like, well, sweet, body's loving it again, we're feeling good. And yeah, you can definitely tell in my physique, wasn't feeling too good after everything that went on as well. But yeah, we're here now, we're in a better position, everything's feeling good, we're moving good, physique's changing, so we really are on track for a very solid year this year. Up we go.
Everybody love tonight. Nobody ask about the rain. Burning quiet in the flame. Laugh so loud when I'm breaking down. Feel most lost in the crowded town. Every throne just a sinking crown. Every high gotta crash the ground. Heartbeat racing like it escape. Trying to breathe through the pressure weight. Heaven close but they hesitate. Maybe peace just a little too late. I don't want the lights to lie. I just want to feel alive. Not just survive in the spotlight glare, but breathe with nobody there. If I told you I'm tired inside, would you run or stay right? If I drop the mask and pride, would you still be by my side? When the applause dies down and the crowd don't make a sound, when the lights don't come around, we still stand our ground. When the applause fades away.
So what's your goal for this year then?
So the main goal with competing is just getting there, obviously last time with the circumstances, it was unfortunate, but I couldn't really worry or care too much about placing. Yes, it would be nice, to maybe place in the lineup, but if I can make it to that stage with no issues, there's no issues like last time, then I will be a very, very happy man. Very happy man. So that is my goal for this year, completely.